What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thingos back again for another video. And what I wanted to do today is I wanted to talk about one of my favorite animated superhero series of all time, bro. Now, I wanted to, I'm definitely going to do that too because I fucking love this series. I'm going to make a few videos talking about this series, man, reviewing it, discussing it, talking about what I like about it and all that stuff. But right now, what I wanted to do is talk about an article that came out that is quite interesting. Now, I don't know how much truth rings to this article, but man, look, let me tell you something. Even the smallest little molecule of news about this series that even piques my interest a little bit, I wouldn't mind talking about it because, like, I love this series, man. And this is a very interesting, this is a very interesting rumor that I hope has that bears some kind of fruit. Like, I really hope it does, man. I hope there's some kind of truth to it, man. If you've never seen this cartoon before, if you don't recognize the little simple stick figure artwork, yet intricate artwork that's plain, yet it is very interesting and nice to look at. I don't know what to call it. It's simple, but it's so good. If you don't recognize this artwork of this drawing of Spider-Man on this picture that I got up right now, and you ain't never seen this cartoon before, bro, I'm gonna need you to stop what you doing right now ASAP and watch the Spectacular Spider-Man, bro. It is one of the greatest. I cannot stress this enough, bro. Even if this whole video was just like 10 minutes long of me just saying, watch this show, watch this show, watch this show, watch this show, it would still not be enough to explain to you just how much you need to have this show in your life, bro. Everything that you think you know about Spider-Man, bro, whatever you think, bro, whatever you think you got going on, bro, whatever you think you know the character of Spider-Man to be, bro, the original comic books, Ultimate Spider-Man, bro, Miles Morales, bro, the fucking movies, oh, Tobey Maguire, he the best Spider-Man, oh, Andrew Garfield, he the best Spider-Man, oh, Tom Holland, he the best Spider-Man, oh, Into the Spider-Verse, that's the best Spider-Man, bro, Spider-Man video games, bro, like anything that you think tells the best, like, version of Spider-Man or whatever is your favorite, I don't give a fuck. Spectacular Spider-Man is the best fucking representation of the character of Spider-Man I have ever seen. It is like the best, like, representation of the character, bro, even better than the comics themselves. And that's fucking crazy. Like, bro, this show is so fucking good, bro. It's made by Greg Weisman and Victor Cook, bro. Stan Lee, you feel me? He also helped a lot on this show, bro. You know what I'm saying? He produced and he also, like, consulted and everything like that, bro. And the show really does take a lot from the earlier comics, like, you know, like way back in the day, bro. Like some of the earliest, kind of like way back in the 60s. It take a lot from that shit, bro. And then mix it in with a lot of stuff from Ultimate Spider-Man, and then mix it in with a lot of stuff. Like it's kind of like a mixture of everything that is good about Spider-Man into one cartoon. It takes the best parts of Spider-Man from all the walks of life and it puts it into one place. Bruh, the fight scenes are just amazing. The artwork is simple, but it grows on you, and you see how it just so greatly adds to the fluid movements of the fight scenes and stuff like that. The voice acting is superb. Josh Keaton is godlike, bruh. This dude is a godsend, bruh. Like, his voice has just been birthed from the heavens to do the voice of Spider-Man, bruh. He is the ideal voice actor for Spider-Man. The same way y'all might feel like, at least me anyway, that the best on-screen actor performance of Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. I believe that the best voice actor to ever bring Spider-Man to life in a cartoon is Josh Keaton. Shout outs to you, bruh. Your voice is literally perfect for this role, bruh. Anyway, point I'm trying to make, this cartoon, I hold it in a very high regard. It's easily probably in like my top 5, probably top 3 favorite animated cartoons of all time, especially when it comes to superheroes, bro. Like, this show was fucking amazing. It came out back in 2008 on, it premiered on Kids WB, and it ended up going to like, I think Disney XD after Kids WB got shut down. I think they re-aired it on Disney XD, but it might have finished airing on Kids WB. I'm not sure, but it only lasted for 2 seasons, really 1 season, depending on how you look at it, because it's only like 24, 25 episodes, and ended on a cliffhanger yet again. Another show that I fucking love that didn't get to finish and ended on a huge cliffhanger. But what happened was the show actually was released around the time that the Marvel deal with Disney was just being finalized. So when that deal was struck and, you know, Disney ended up buying Marvel, what they did was they canceled all the ongoing or existing projects that they had, and they started from scratch. So they canceled the Spectacular Spider-Man, even though it was gearing up for a third season and everybody was ready to go. But they canceled it, and what they did was they replaced the Spectacular Spider-Man with Ultimate Spider-Man, that show that came out on Disney XD that is atrocious and literally has nothing to do with Spider-Man. I mean, some of the later episodes I guess are okay. Some of the fight scenes are pretty cool. Man of Action, he helped make it, and Drake Bell did the voice of Spider-Man, but it just had way too much going on, and you know, Spider-Man being part of this team, and it was so weird, bro. It just was not Spider-Man, bro. Like it was like, this show right here, in my opinion, is the best representation of the character, period, going even beyond the comics. You feel me? Like, this does the best job of representing the character of Spider-Man. Like, if you meet somebody, and I find it hard to believe, but if you meet somebody that don't know Spider-Man at all, they don't know the character, they don't know nothing about him, or they might just know of him, but they don't really know nothing about his lore and who he is and how he's supposed to be portrayed, show them this cartoon. I'm telling you, this is the best way. This is the best way to get introduced to the series. This is the best way to learn about the character and other characters. This is just the best entry point. This is the best representation of the character, in my opinion, of all time. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Ultimate Spider-Man is the exact opposite of that. You know what I mean? So huge downgrade. I hate what they did, and unfortunately we never got to see a follow-up to the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon. We never got to see a season 3 or nothing like that, which is exactly why I am making this video. Now, there was an article that popped up, I think about 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm just not making this video. I'm a little late, but I wanted to talk about it because I just remembered. I was like, oh shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about this article, man. And it, like I said, it might not even bear any fruit. This shit might be so far away from the truth, or it might not be shit going on at all. But if there is, I definitely want to talk about it, especially if the show ends up coming out on Amazon Prime, like it says here. Rumor, because you already know I talk about Invincible all the time, and Invincible is going to be premiering on Amazon Prime as well. So Amazon Prime could potentially become the home of a lot of great, amazingly, you know, well-crafted and animated shows, you know what I'm saying, based around superheroes. So this could be the start of something cool. So I just wanted to report it nonetheless. So right on Cosmic Book News, this was on 11/9/2020. So like I said, just a couple of days ago, the Spectacular Spider-Man Season 3, fueled by Greg Weisman. Now, this is interesting because, like I said, Greg Weisman, he's the one who actually developed the show in the first place with Victor Cook and a lot of other people. Stan Lee, like I said earlier, man, he actually he helped consult on the show. He was a producer and everything, and he even guest starred, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, this is written by Matt McGlowan. I believe that's how you say his name. I don't know if I pronounced that wrong, but series creator Greg Weisman is fueling speculation of the return of the popular The Spectacular Spider-Man animated series that ended abruptly. Man, if you ain't never told the truth in your life, you told the truth just now. with 2 seasons. A fan tweeted that every night she prays that the show gets finished and that Greg Weisman returns to write it, which saw Weisman perhaps coyly respond with a smile. Hold on, let me get this off the screen real quick. Something just popped up on the screen. Let me get rid of that. All right, here we go. And it says, every night, you see the post right here on Twitter. Every night I pray to the good Lord above that this show gets finished and that you come back to write it. You know what I'm saying, bro? I feel you on that prayer, bro. I done said that prayer myself a few times, bro. And say the Spectacular Spider-Man series headed to Amazon with a question mark. The Spectacular Spider-Man animated series aired for 2 seasons starting back in March 2008 on the CW before it was moved to Disney XD for season 2 and ended its run on November 18th, 2009. The series was canceled due to the legal issues with Disney purchasing Marvel, and Sony developed the Spectacular Spider-Man, and no season 3 was released. Unfortunately for fans, season 2 ended in a cliffhanger, so fans have been waiting a long time for closure, but now they might get that and more if the tweet and more, bro. Ooh, that's spicy. Get that and more if the tweet by Greg Weisman is anything to go by. Worth a mention is that Greg Weisman also developed Young Justice, another amazing animated superhero cartoon that you also should check out if you never have. Great quality, great show. I don't know about season 3, but the first 2 seasons, quality. I really love it. And which got a revival It's also something to note. He did work on Young Justice, and it had 2 seasons, and it was canceled abruptly as well. And we didn't see that for years. And then he was able to bring back Young Justice season 3, which aired on, I think, the CW. No. It aired on that DC app that came out, and they put it on there. So it's pretty cool, man. I think a season 4 about to come out too, which is awesome. And Greg Wiseman, he developed that as well. So the guy definitely has his hands in some high quality cartoons. And with a similar situation that happened to Young Justice, and he was able to bring it back for a season 3, maybe he can do the same thing with Spectacular Spider-Man season 3. It's definitely good enough for it, and it, oh my god, it deserves it more so than Young Justice did, in my opinion. This series deserves another season as much as Deadly Class and all the other shows that I be talking about that get canceled too soon. Like, I don't know what it is with me liking shows that get canceled too damn early. See if y'all can throw the Thundercats reboot on there too. But anyway, let's see here. Young Justice, which got a revival at Warner Brothers, and we can also add that with the fear surrounding the coronavirus causing a lot of delays with live action TV shows and movies, animated projects are a lot easier to develop. Ain't that the truth? To boot, the various streaming services are the various streaming services are pretty much desperate for new content. So if the Spectacular Spider-Man season 3 does get made, maybe it will get released on Disney Plus or Amazon. Back in September, we did see the Deadline offer that Sony is in talks with Amazon to develop shows based on the Marvel characters which Sony owns the rights to, as mentioned below, which takes predecessor prior to the Disney purchase of Marvel, which includes Spider-Man. So again, maybe the Spectacular Spider-Man season 3 is in development for Amazon, or at least being discussed via Deadline. Sony, longtime in the works suit of TV series based on Marvel characters controlled by the studio, is getting closer to reality. I hear Sony is in talks with Amazon to be the I don't know what this means. It probably means something that I don't know. I'm sorry if I sound stupid, but it's a SVOD, distributor of the high profile package of shows, which include multiple titles. And that is very interesting, man. So pretty much what this article is saying is that we could potentially be getting a follow-up to the Spectacular Spider-Man, picking up from that cliffhanger that was left all those years ago, and have a Spectacular Spider-Man season 3 be created by the same people Greg Wiseman and Victor Cook brought to Amazon Prime to follow it up with a season 3. I hope it keeps the same exact quality, the same art style. Of course, it's going to look a lot better, but man, this show was the very definition of quality, good storytelling, good action. It understood the character of Spider-Man inside and out. I cannot stress that enough. And if you are a fan of Spider-Man, if you aren't a fan of Spider-Man, if you just like good quality action cartoons, bruh, if you don't like any of that stuff and you want to be proven wrong and why that shit is good, please watch the Spectacular Spider-Man animated series. Like I said, this is one of the greatest fucking animated shows I have ever seen in my life, man. And I have a good feeling that if you watch it, you'll feel the exact same way. So let me know what you think about this article, man. If you've seen the Spectacular Spider-Man, what you think about it, man. Let's talk about it in the comments, man. If you would like to see this show return, if you've never seen it, man, look, go watch it right now. If you have seen it, let me know what you think about it, man. Let's talk about it a little bit more. Hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. And until next time, guys, peace.